Hey, what's up everyone? Johnnyman here and welcome back to Save Our Saints. Today it's episode number 22 in the series and it's potentially the biggest game of the series so far. We take on Olympic Lyon in the Europa League first round of knockout. Obviously this is a great opportunity. We're going to do both legs live here right on this episode. Hey everyone, once again welcome back to Save Our Saints. Today I mentioned we take on Lyon both legs. First of all we go to Lyon first and foremost. Take out their first team real quick. You'll notice Nick Pope is their backup goalkeeper. Out of all strange situations, he signed apparently for them for £925,000. It's actually a pretty good money for a decent backup like Nick Pope. They also have some recognisable faces. Idrissa Gueye, obviously the former Everton Senegalese centre midfielder. Anthony Knockaert, of course, formerly of Brighton Hove Albion. They've got Origi, obviously played for Liverpool. I guess didn't even play that much for Liverpool, but he was a Liverpool player. And who else they got? They got Pedro, obviously former Chelsea player. Wanmi, that's another player that used to play in the Premier League. Actually played with Southampton for a little bit, crazy as that was. Yeah, he played a handful of games, 12 games, yeah, and we sold him on. He wasn't that great for us at all. They also have Moussa Dembele, obviously a Football Manager 2018 and legend. That is Moussa Dembele. Scored a hatful of goals for me in 2017 and 2018 actually, come to think about it, and he's doing quite well in this one too. 10 goals so far in League One this season. So as you can see, it's a pretty formidable team. Yeah, not gonna lie, it's gonna be a very, very tough test. So after the Tottenham 3-2 defeat, which was obviously very, very disappointing, we then lost 1-0 narrowly 0-2 Liverpool here. We only had 4 shots on target out of 7. They had tons and tons of shots on us, but once again we struggle to find our way through. That tends to be that. I mean, lately we just haven't been very creative, and I'm not quite sure why. After that, we actually got a win here away at Watford at Vicarage Road. Jack Grealish getting a goal there, as well as Erling Haaland. Afterwards, then we got a 1-1 draw against Norwich. We actually had to come from behind here. Harry Maguire got himself an own goal in the second minute of the game. Lamina was sent off in the 87th minute. But this is a very, very frustrating game. Again, we really failed to get into our rhythm going forward. And we didn't really, I don't know, we usually create quite a few opportunities. Grealish gets involved a lot. Martial, Kluivert, but all three of them were actually very, very average. Alright, then most recently we went to Stamford Bridge and got our arse whooped. It was only a 1-0 scoreline, but honestly it really should have been more. Chelsea were absolutely all over us from start to finish. Alright, so with those results, this is how currently the league table looks. As you can see, dropping all those points, we've completely dropped off the race for 4th spot now. So now we just got to hold on to 6th place in the table. Tottenham and Newcastle are chasing us down, as you can see. It's very, very, very unlikely now we're going to be able to catch up with Arsenal, Man City and Manchester United ahead of us. But what we'll do now is we'll turn our attentions to the Europa League here. The first knockout round, we're up against Lyon. So big day for Southampton's history. This is as far as we've ever got in a European competition, and I'm looking to take us maybe 1 or 2 steps further. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, we signed a player here on transfer deadline day. It was Mario Götze. We got him on loan for the rest of the season. I feel like he's going to be a pretty decent player to get on loan. Physically, he's not the best player in the world, but as far as technically and mentally, he's one of those players that can definitely come off the bench and make some sort of an impact, or maybe change or impact the game in some sort of way. And not to mention, he's got a lot of experience in winning trophies, and obviously a successful mentality is what I want to install in this team. And Mario Götze hopefully will help lead some of the younger players in this team to maybe have a good push at the end of the season. And you never know, we might be able to win a European competition. We'll have to wait and see. But Mario Götze certainly is a very, very decent signing to for the remainder of the season. Alright, so here we go. Big day for Southampton Football Club up against Lyon. Lyon are inconsistently off form, just as we are. So we're going into this game with renewed, fresh hopes. I'm excited to get this game going. I really, really, really want to be successful in this tournament, considering how kind of our season's been kind of, well, honestly, it's kind of gone off the rails a little bit. We're going to make a quick change to the side, though. Instead of Grealish today, I'm actually going to go ahead and play Gustavo behind Erling. Just give us a different look in there, because Jack Grealish's form has really been very, very, very poor. the last couple of weeks. Honestly, I think that's a big impact on why we're not creating as many chances as well. So also Bycroft will go on the bench because I had to unregister Muller to make sure that Goetze and Ronaldo were available for today's game. Speaking of Ronaldo, he's done okay since starting here, but he hasn't really made the impact I was hoping for. So Ndidi will keep his place over him today. But this is how we're going to line up in the first leg away from home. We're going to switch to a cautious approach, at least for the first leg playing away, and then we'll switch to a more positive one for the second leg, depending on the scoreline of this one, obviously. But anyway, you know, his gun's going to be in goal with Bertrand, Hoyt, Maguire, and of course Marty at right back with Gambin, Lamina through the middle, Martial, Gustavo, and Justin Kluivert in the attacking midfield. And then obviously Erling Haaland leads the line and leads the scoring, by the way, with 22 goals. All right, so here we go in Lyon for the first leg. Obviously, it's going to be key today for us to maybe get ourselves a goal here, just to give us that away goal advantage. We know how important that can be in European competitions. And yeah, let's just get it going. Let's try and turn this thing around, because right now I feel like our season is completely spiraling out of control. All right, so here we go. First attack of the game. Martial switches it to Justin Kluivert. Looking for a big game from him today. Finds Daniel Amati on the overlap. There's Lamina. Returns to the side today. Mario Lamina patiently waits for Amati to get there. He does. Go on, get a good crossing. That's surely a foul from Wanmi. Marty wins it. Looking to win it back. Can't do it. All right, so at least we're trying to keep possession. Then what are you doing? Ooh, they gave me a heart attack there. The ball dropped and I thought Dembele was going to latch onto it. Anyway, here's Martial. Go on, Gustavo. To Lamina. There's a Kluivert. Through on goal. Justin Kluivert. Get in there. Justin Kluivert. 1-0. And on the way goal. Fourth goal of the season there for Justin Kluivert. Assist there for Mario Lamina. Get in there. What a great start to the game for the Saints. All right. Here's Mendy now for Lyon. Goes inside, takes a shot on, but it was well saved in the end from Angus Gunn, who, by the way, a bid came in for Tottenham for Angus Gunn. I don't want to sell him at all, but he really wants to go and speak to Tottenham. And they're only offering about £15 million, which isn't really a lot of money, especially for a 3.5-star Premier League goalkeeper like Angus Gunn. I wouldn't mind perhaps bringing in a better goalkeeper, but I don't have the kind of money right now to attract a top-level goalkeeping talent, and for that reason alone, I don't want to lose Angus. So he's agreed to wait until at least the end of the season and to find a replacement for him. So I'm going to be on the lookout for a good goalkeeper to come in to replace him. But back to the task at hand here. We are winning 1-0 here in Lyon, and we're playing pretty good stuff. Only created that one opportunity. Obviously, lucky for us, Kluivert finished it off. I'm hoping for a few more opportunities here in the second half. But right now, defensively, we're holding them at bay. They haven't really threatened our goal as of yet. I mean, touch wood. Fingers crossed, of course. Oh, Maguire, what are you doing there, son? His career now through on goal, and it's 1-1. Howie Maguire, what the were you doing, man? Come on. Jesus Christ. There's no reason for that. He's a ball-playing defender, but I didn't ask you to try and beat 3 players. I just want you to get the ball to the feet of the wide players, and why did you have to try and take on those 2 guys? It's so frustrating. So annoying. All right, 72 minutes on the clock here, and it's still 1-1. Neither team have really carved out many chances here in the second half. Only through a mistake from Harry Maguire did Lyon score, so that's so anger-inducing. We're going to be on Goetze now for the last 20 minutes of this game or so. Again, he's one of those players I imagine will have a really, really good impact coming off the bench, so he's going to come on in there. What I'm actually going to do, though, is I'm going to switch things up a little bit. He's going to move to support. He's going to try and create a kind of a triangle midfield with Lamina and Gambin. And I'm going to tell Martial to go on to attack. I want him supporting Haaland more. And Kluivert, I'm going to tell him to push forward on the right as well. So slight tweaks, slight adjustments, trying to find the right balance, I guess, in the tactic for it to become effective again, because I'm starting to feel like the AI has kind of caught up to what I'm doing, and I'm going to have to start making tactical adjustments to be effective again. All right, so 83 minutes here, and it's still 1-1. On the grand scale of things, I don't mind going back to St. Mary's at 1-1, because obviously then we have the advantage with the away goal. It could be worse. It could be worse, put it that way. All right, it's corner kick right at the end here. Pedro's going to put this ball in. It's bounced in the box, and it's gone out wide back to Pedro. He's got another bite at the cherry. There's Koscielny, obviously formerly of Arsenal, Lyon Koscielny, to Kovalenko. It's ball into Korea, and that's a great double save there from Angus Gunn at the end to save our asses. Fantastic goalkeeping there from Angus Gunn at the end. That could have easily finished there, 2-1 to Lyon. Fantastic bit of goalkeeping in there to keep Korea at bay. But so it's finished here 1-1 in Lyon. Not convincing, not a good display, but we'll take it back to St. Mary's. Alright, so midweek I gave Harry Maguire a little bit of a talking to about his recent form. He was only performing about a 6.7, which is well below his season average. So his form hasn't been really good for us. So I gave him a talking to, and he's promised to improve his form. I hope he follows through with that promise, because we're going to need him. We're going to need him big time, because Wesley Hoyt, I haven't got a lot of confidence in him, if you couldn't tell already. And some of the guys behind him, Aboa has picked up a knock. And then Stariko, unfortunately, isn't quite ready. Hopefully ready for next season, but for right now, again, he's not quite ready to play here in such a big game in the Europa League. So, obviously, we do have the away goal in our favour, so that's the one thing going for us right now. But form, confidence, that's certainly not in our favour. All right, so here we go. Huge game up against Olympic Lyon. So Origi is doubtful for today's game, as is Patrick Roberts for us. There's only one change to the team I'm going to make, and that's Jeremy Toljan. He's going to come into the side as right back ahead of Daniel Amate. He's had a pretty good season, honestly, Daniel, and I do appreciate his work at right back, but I'm going to go with a player who has a really good connection with Justin Kluivert. As you can see, a really, really strong relationship between the two, and I'm hoping that will help defensively and going forward as well. So here we go, a huge game up against Lyon, second leg time. Let's get things rolling. So team talk went well. Let's go to the opposition instructions real quick. Ask Ricky Lambert his opinion. Adrissi, Knockhart, and Wanmi all need to be kept an eye on. So here we go, big game. Let's do this. Come on, guys. Let's bring it home for the Saints. All right, not a good start to the game. Gustavo's picked up a knock, so his injury woes continue. Jack Grealish is standing by, but I also have Mario Götze. I could give him a longer run in the team. It is tempting. I'm going to go with the player I know, Jack Grealish, for now. Come on, Jack. Prove me correct in that decision making. Here he is now, Jack Grealish. Get in there, Jack Grealish. Fantastic finish. Wow, I guess my decision has been justified. Fantastic goal there from Jack Grealish, collecting the ball from Justin Kluivert's flick on, running across, having plenty of time, plenty of space, and then there's a great shot across his body. Lopez might be disappointed he didn't keep that out, but Jack Grealish gets his 6th goal of the season and puts Saints 1-0 up. Now here's Korea now. He got himself a goal in the last one, but he's not going to get a goal shooting like that. Atrocious effort there from Korea. All right, Bertrand now. Deep free kick. Lamina's all alone in the box, and he scored. Get in there. 2-0 Southampton. And I was waiting for the offside flag to go up there, but Lamina obviously managed to keep himself just onside here. Yeah, he was well onside, actually. And that's a really good finish there from the on-loan midfielder. Hopefully we can make his move back to the club a permanent in the off-season. And yeah, as you can see, he was way onside. But no matter how much money it takes, I'd love to bring Mario Mina back in. All right, Grealish now. Set piece whips it in. That's a great ball, and that's a great header there from Gambin. 3-0. Saints in the driving seat. I hate to say it, but I think we're going to the next round. All right, halftime here, and things are going superbly. Wonderful display. I haven't seen this play like this in about a month and a half, honestly. It's an absolute pleasure to see these guys back on form. So let's go ahead and get the second half going. No need to make any changes. A win here would be a huge confidence boost, not just to myself, but for the team as well. Here's an early chance of Lyon, though. Wanmi's through on goal, and it's somehow ended up in back in the net. Surely that's a foul on the keeper, isn't it? I'm guessing not. Wanmi gets a goal back here against his former team, and Lyon now only need 2 goals to get through to the next stage on away goals. We'll just have to be careful. All right, here's Justin Kluivert. Mazy run to Lamina. Squares it to Bertrand. But Bertrand gives it away cheaply to Tete, and it's cleared. There's Maguire now. Finds around with Toljan. Toljan keeps it in, but Mendy makes the clearance. So putting the pressure here on after conceding that goal, which is good. I don't want to see us sit back. Here's Lamina to Toljan again. Not many options ahead of him. Does find the feet of Lamina. Lamina to Grealish. Got space at the edge there. Jack Grealish gets in the box. Amazing run from Jack. And pulled off a decent effort there. I wouldn't say it was a good one, though. Could have done better with that finish. Anyway, here's Wanmi to Mendy. Back to Korea. Gets Iwami in the box. Martial's there to pick up the pieces though, and it's bizarre effort there. Smashed against Garner's head and almost went into the top corner of the net. Alright, here's Wesley Hoyt now. Hits this ball long, finding the feet of Martial. Does very well, and that's even better ball. Haaland's now through and goal. Haaland! What a saving challenge that was. Haaland was about to pull the trigger, and I expected the net to rustle there. But Haaland couldn't get a shot off in time. Alright, so at 20 minutes to go in this game, it's tempting to do a tactical adjustment here to go a bit more cautious than we're playing right now. Of course, if we get another goal here, it won't matter, and we do get in there. Erling Haaland gets his 23rd goal of the season. Acrobatic celebration as well from the big man. And what a ball that was from Anthony Martial, by the way. Beautiful one-touch get out of his feet, and that's a perfectly timed through ball. Haaland latched onto it, and that's a great finish down to the keeper's bottom right. Keeper had absolutely no chance, and that should put the tie beyond all doubt now. Alright, 15 minutes to go in this game. Yet to make a change because of how we're playing right now. I want to try and ride the wave if we possibly can. Here's Martial. That's another great ball. Haaland's now beat the offside trap again, but this time the defender gets back and makes another saving challenge. Alright, so make a change here. What we're going to do now is we're going to bring on Maxwell Cornet for Justin Kluivert. Kluivert's had a good game today, averaging 8.3 out there. We'll also bring back Ndidi into the team to get him some match sharpness. He's looking a little worse for wear, as you can see, 50% on the match sharpness. So it'd be good to get him some first team action here right at the end, especially now the game is all but won. Alright, Kenneth Tete is going to throw it in, and it's about out of time here. Just waiting for the referee now to blow the full-time whistle. Here's Tete again, who's actually an intriguing talent. I'm actually thinking about maybe making a move for him in the summer. But there you have it, a 4-1 win over Olympique Lyon. Fantastic night for all the Saints fans here at St. Mary's. We now progress to the second knockout round of the Europa League. In fact, the draw is the next day, so what we're going to do is we're going to find out who we're facing and then wrap up the episode. But fantastic performance. Very happy to qualify to the next stage. Lyon was a tough tie, it really was. Could have been a very tricky one for us. They got some very talented players that we talked about before the first game. And I'm just happy we got away with a victory. Alright, so here we go. Here's the second knockout round draw for the Europa League. So let's go take a look who we're playing now. Obviously in the final 16, we're taking on Wolfsburg of Germany. Alright, so let's take a look at this Wolfsburg team real quick. Let's see who they have that we have to be keeping an eye on. Top goal scorer, let's start with that, shall we? That's always a good place to start. Munir is our top goal scorer with 11 goals. How are they doing in the Bundesliga, by the way? They are 9th place in the Bundesliga, so they're not having a particularly fantastic season. 8 wins, 8 draws, 8 defeats as well. So the middle of the pack Bundesliga team, this could actually be a great opportunity for us to get through to the next round. They got Kagler Sionku at centre half. Used to play for Leicester, obviously. Signed for them in real life. Sold for them for £17.5 million. 7.5 million pounds. Harry Wilson's on loan apparently from Liverpool. Supremely talented player. He's out injured. He's going to be out 2 to 4 weeks. When do we play them? Harry Wilson may not be available for that. Yeah, it looks like Wilson may be out with a calf strain. He might make the second leg though, as you can see. So that could be this could be a very interesting matchup, Southampton against Wolfsburg. But still, it's a good opportunity to get to the next stage of the quarterfinals. But thanks so much for watching the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed the little bit of European success. If you can't do well in the league, we might as well try and do well in Europe, right? So the next episode, what we'll do is we'll just go against Wolfsburg in a couple of games' time. Thanks so much for watching the episode, though. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. If you are, do me a favor, smash a like on the video. And if you want to see more videos by me in the future, please hit subscribe, turn notifications on. Obviously, there will be daily FM19 content. Right now, I am feeling pretty sick, so my commentary isn't really up to par or my usual standard, my high energy standard. I do apologize for that, but I hope you enjoyed the video nevertheless. But thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.